I'm hoping I win. And if not, I always think at least at this point, the money is going to a good cause because it's for veterans as well. But it would be really cool if we're doing both. So.
We have our first question tonight.
Oh
Chris,
my gosh.
can you pronounce that name?
Zamina Correa.
Bless your heart.
Kendra, can you speak in Spanish? Te amo.
Un poquito, lo siento.
Whoa, better than I could have done.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's better than anything I got. So fantastic. Randall Harper is a big supporter of the show. Says hello to all of us. And someone pointed out I am behaving so far. That came from Allie. So yeah, I'm behaving so far. I got 3 strikes. I will use them all before we're done.
So one thing that I understand from the research that I did getting into this is that you got into the industry later than a lot of people would have. You had a family and you were established beforehand. Mm-hmm. How do you feel like that affected you getting into the industry? And were you more world weary? We all hear horror stories about the business.
Yes.
It's not anything that anybody has not become aware of. Do you think that protected you from that? Or do you think that it was one of those things that didn't really affect it one way or the other?
In all honesty, I was pretty, I had a regular job. I was in a relationship. I mean, it was pretty I don't know what normal is, but like a normal life. And I was good with who I was. And I felt that if this was a decision that I made, that people that were important to me, my family, my friends would support me. And if not, then they weren't really meant to be in my circle. So I really didn't lose anyone along the way. So I was okay with it. I knew that doing so would open myself up to a lot of criticism and, negativity, just because society says you should do a certain thing. And I just try to keep my head up and be a good human and have fun with what I'm doing. And I feel like it works out that way.
Of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you feel as though it has cost you any of those personal relationships, or have people widely been accepting?
In all honesty, everyone has truly been, I think, more curious, so, maybe like, why, you had this normal job. Why did you switch from this? Weren't you enough?
What was your normal job?
I was a registered nurse, and I'm still registered.
Pretty normal. Pretty normal.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, but nurses.
So if Ron Jeremy has a heart attack on the set, you're capable to take care of it.
You're completely
fine.
I probably throw that name up.
Stabilize him until.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Of all guys for me to name, that probably was not the one.
Well, it makes you sound old, if nothing else.
It does make me sound old.
Well, yeah, and it's funny that you say that though, because there were a couple instances on set where a young girl, a young performer, her sugar got low, and like they didn't know what was going on, and like, okay, I think she hasn't eaten, so let's get her some orange juice, and some little things like that. I'm just maternal, but that's just who I am. So so it's worked out.
We have a question from somebody named PK in our chat who says, did Kendra ever have to work with anyone she wasn't attracted to? Is that a thing that normally goes on in the business, or?
I would think that would be a lot.
I would think that would be pretty common.
Where's the PK comment at?
And I don't even like to say that's true, but I'd be lying if I didn't.
Yeah.
I think we all are attracted to different things. And I personally am not just caught up with aesthetics. But when you're, working together, that's the first thing. Like, okay, we're going to be working together. We're going to be having sex. So you want to have some sort of attraction. However, I find it more so that it's not just the outside. When I kind of get to know somebody's personality, and I'm like, oh, okay, I like that. So it's good to kind of chat a little bit, but not too much before work. But yeah, absolutely. I've been like, oh God, like, great, this guy, or maybe they're thinking the same about me. But
how much am I getting paid for this? All right.
I'm like, okay, beats a 12-hour shift, for 2 weeks, at the hospital. So
Kendra, I have to introduce you to this person. This is Chris Schmidt, and the reason I'm introducing him, he's a Louisville boy. He doesn't live too. He's been to my home before. And he donated. I'm embarrassed to say how much he donated. He donated good money to be a part of the show today. He's a Patreon member. He has every right to join the shows anytime he wants. This is the only show he wanted to be on. Unfortunately, he's dealing with some issues with his grandmother tonight and can't be here. But he did mention that you're a Michigan fan. He's done more research on you than I did. I didn't know you were a Michigan fan.
I am. you know, I have friends who went to state and a lot of people who are state fans. However, my grandfather went to U of M and he played football there, and my uncle went there. And
what was his name? Anybody I'd know?
No, I mean, this was many years ago.
Many moons.
So yes, yeah, he was in World War II. So I mean, it's been a long time.
Wasn't Ronald Reagan in World War II?
I mean, I don't know. I know he served, but I just don't know.
One of the was a Michigan man. Was it Gerald Ford? Was it Reagan?
I honestly can't remember. We'll have to ask Scaramucci about
it. One of our semi-recent presidents in my lifetime went to the University of Michigan, I believe. It seems like it was Ford, maybe Reagan, but I could be wrong.